Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker from Scout Guitar Lessons Online. How are you doing? Gonna go back to the Her days, bit of her metal. Gonna be looking at Dream Warriors by Dokken, who are actually back now on tour again, which is great to see. Wonderful song. Not too hard to play, but it just really does rock when you play it. It's just one of them riffs that you really want to get into. If you enjoy this lesson, and I know you will do, don't forget, click on that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. You click on the bell, and then you'll be notified whenever I post any new lessons to my YouTube channel. Well, I'm going to zip it, I'm going to grow some hair, yeah, I wish, and I will show you how to play Dream Warriors by Dokken. Don't go away.
Preview.
So first of all, we are going to focus on the clean guitar section. Now, on the album track, 2 guitars was used, double tracked it. Clean guitar and the distorted guitar. Live, obviously, he's got to switch between the 2 rigs, which is what I was doing on the introduction there. But for the lesson, I'm going to break them down because halfway through, he plays both. So we're just going to be really looking at the way George Lynch plays this live. So it starts off with that big stomping beat. You've got the bass drum and you've got the 2 toms kicking away on that boom, boom, boom. And we play this line. Now, what are we doing there? We're going to start off here on the D and the G string. You have got your first finger on D7 and your little finger is on G10. And we're just going to move from that G10 to a G9. And he repeats that. Then we go down to a double stop on 5 fret D and G. And then we drop a little or 3rd finger, whichever you want, onto the 7th fret on the G string. And we play that 3 times. So we get repeat. Then we got that 3 there on that, which is a G5 chord. Then he just goes back. As long as you play it better than what I just did then. And we get another repeat. So we got 2 of them going back on that D7 and G10, G9. Now at this point, this is where he switches to the distorted guitar. So what I'm going to do, cross over, and what he plays is just this little intro to set it off. Sounds good. We're just going to play from a C5 moving up to D2 D5s. So, 3 D5s. Then he holds that chord for a whole bar. 2, 3, 4. And then we are off into the main theme of the song, played on the electric, on the distorted guitar. Now, we have this. So he's playing on a pedal on the A string, and he's layering over the top of that. We have an E5 chord, so I'm playing D2 and G4. So he plays. So we get this. And what he does, he just moves that up a fret. So we go from this E5 and then layers over an F. So we play. And then he goes to a C5. To that D5, and then he repeats back. he switches back to the clean guitar for the next section. So I'll just play through this section and then I'll break it down for you. So we start off with our first finger on 2nd fret of the D and our little finger reaching down to 5 on the G string. And we're going to play A open, 2D, 5G, and then across to an open B. And then we follow it back down by going to the G5 to the D2. So there's a little half tone, little eighth in between. Then we move up our first finger, so we're on D3, and we pick the same pattern. Then we go back down to the D2. Now we switch across to next part. We start off on holding down A3 and D2, and we're going to pick A string, D string, and G open string first of all. Then we slide up 2 frets, and we're going to hit A, D, and G together. So we're on 5 on the A and D4. And then we come back down on the G string open, onto the D string, and then finishing on D3. So we get this. And then we repeat back to the D2 and G. Slide up 1 fret. Back down. Then we do this C5, and this is again where the power, the distorted guitar comes in the back of it, doing this C5. Now on the album, it continues doing that. So you've got the clean guitar while you've got the distorted guitar over the top of it. But of course, live, George Lynch, he switches back to the distorted guitar, which is what we're going to do now. Okay, quite simple. We're going to start off with the open A string, and we're also going to then play an E5 chord over the top of that. So we play 2 on the D and 4 on the G. So we hit them together. And then we've got 2 pedals on the A. Then we hit that E chord again, and then we've got 4 on the A. Then we move up to the F5, and we repeat, so we do a hit on that. So it's 2 A's, and then another onto the F5, and then 4 A's. Then we go back, and we repeat the whole thing. But instead of the second time going up to the F5, we're going to play this C5 to a D5. So it's 1 C5, 2 D5s. He plays that twice, and then he goes back into the chorus guitar. Oh, we've got the clean guitar, should I say, chorus guitar. So you're going to play that in the intro. Then you've got the clean guitar section. The second time around, when the clean guitar keeps on playing live, that's when he switches to this. Then we've got the build-up to the pre-chorus section, the build-up to the chorus. Now he starts off in the same manner, playing this E5, so we get this. And he moves up to this F5. Now he's going to play that once, 2 A's, and then he's going to move up a half tone, followed by another half tone. So he's going to go from an F sharp to a G, so we get this. And then he's going to go to the 3rd fret on the E string and click that, going into an open E chord, which he holds for a bar and a half. So let me just put that all together. And that takes us into the chorus section. Now we're going to pick it up from that 2nd bar of the E. So I'm going to play it through. So we've come out, we've got a whole bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're picking it up from the bar where we've got a hold, and we're still holding it for another 2 counts. So we get this. Let me play it through and it'll start to make sense. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Back in. So let me go through that chorus section. So out of that E, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. What we then are going to play is so let me go through the build up to the chorus. So we're on that E chord, holding that, and we hold it for a bar and a half. So we got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. What I'm doing there, I'm just going 2, 3, back to the 2 on the A, back to the E chord. So I get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then I do a G. 1, 2. And I'm playing there from that G, 1, 2. I play 4 on the E, open A string, then I hit a power chord. So I'm holding down 2, 2 on 2 in the D, 2 in the G. So let me just run through that so you get that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And from that A, we are going to play it across to an to an F5. So we got this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So I'm just playing open E to an F5, so it's 1 and 3. And then I go back to an open string and go to a G5 chord. Then we've got this chord here. What I'm doing a double stop on the B1 and the high E1, and I've got my 3rd finger on D3, and I've got the G string open. So I get this. And then I just walk down, so I hit the chord. And then I go back to this F and F chord and the G chord. And then we hit an A chord again. A chord again. Now at the end of the 3rd time of doing that, doesn't go to the F chord, he goes back to another verse. So the chorus is just running through out of that E chord. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. F. And repeats. And once we come out of the chorus section, he goes back to that riff, but he doesn't play it as a full chord in the first instance. What he does, he just holds down the 2 on the D, moving up to 3 on the D. So we get less of a chord. Bang. It's the single note. Then he goes back to and the second time round we will go all the way back to the pre-chorus, so you get this then back into the full chorus again. And coming out of the chorus, that's when we go into the lead guitar break. Coming out of the lead guitar break, we have a more of a subdued riff, the way he plays it. So let's go through that section. So coming out of the guitar solo, we have this little riff that he plays through before he goes into the final chorus section. So I'll just play it through and I'll break it down. Into the chorus. So, it's a fairly easy riff. We're just starting off on 3 on the A string. Going to play E1 twice. So 2 on the A, 2 on the F, or 2 first fret. Back to 3 on the A, to 1 on the first fret on E. Back to the 3. Back to E1, to 2 on the A, back to E1 twice, to 3 on the A, and then 1 on the first fret. So we would get and we go back to the 3 on the A. And we're going to play 3 on the E twice, 2 on the A, 3 on the E string twice, back to 3 on the A string, then we play an open string on both A, on the A and the E, and then we play a G chord. So far we've got this. So far we've got this. Then he picks it up on the upbeat on the last count of that bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he plays the exact same riff again, but this time he's just got that pickup note on 1E. Now this time, the second time round when he hits the G, he moves up 1 fret, so he's picking up this G sharp, and then he's back into the chorus. So we go into another chorus after that section. And the chorus keeps on repeating, which takes us to the fade, takes us to the end of the song. So he just keeps looping through that Dream Warrior section on the chorus. So we've covered all of the sections. We've got the intro, clean guitar section, and the main rocking distorted guitar. I'm going to include part of the tabs for some of the riffs, just to help you through, just to help you memorize some of the parts that we've looked at on this one. Obviously, if you're unsure on some of the bits, one thing I've started telling the students to do is you click, if you're in YouTube, just click on that, there's a little button on the setup which allows you to play it at a slower time. You can take it down to, I think it's 0.75. So that just helps you just kind of watch what I'm playing when I'm picking through that. So always a way to figure these things out on YouTube. So it leaves me way behind some of the technology. It's almost my student. Anyone wants to tell me all these things. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning it. We're going to go through it. How to play Dream Warriors by Dokken, obviously featuring George Lynch. If you did, don't forget, click on that button. Always appreciate your support and welcoming new subscribers all the time. So until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker from ScoutGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Wishing you well. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, goodbye.